randoms, or you just want to pick?
It's up to you, bro.
It don't matter to me.
We could do randoms.
All right.
Yep.
Clemson, UCF, and Alabama.
That's tough.
I ain't trying to be Alabama. Okay, UCF. I put us at a random stadium, so we ain't got none of that stadium pulse.
But
team from the Big 12, the UCF Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up.
I'll go ahead and ask you the first question. I try to do some research, and I try to go in time order.
yeah, for sure.
But if I get it wrong, it's my bad. But
Coming out with it, it's Harvey.
good. And during your junior year, I read that you tore both of your meniscuses. What was the recovery process like, and how'd you push yourself to get back to playing basketball at a high level?
Yeah, so my junior year, I was unfortunate enough to tear both of my meniscuses. It was obviously a super rough time, just because it was just super bad timing. It was just at the very start of conference play. Well, I tore my meniscus in the summertime. And that sidelined me from stuff like June high school live periods and July live periods. Obviously, I didn't play early that whole summer, so it was difficult for sure. Just having to be sidelined. The team, like my high school team, we lost in the championship to a tough Westtown team. With Derek Lively on that team, so it was definitely a rough 10 months.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
just able to push through it just because my mom, my dad, they were there with me throughout the whole thing. My mom was with me when I got my surgery, the whole day. So just probably them two were the biggest support cast that I had, and then just my self perseverance was probably what got me through it. I know I had thoughts of just whether or not I wanted to continue playing basketball, just because those injuries were I felt like I worked too hard and my whole life just for me to just kind of let it go. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what got me through it.
Yeah. Injuries, they suck for sure. I mean, I've had some, but I've never had anything as bad as that.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as tearing anything. But I mean, yeah, they suck. But I mean, once you bounce back, it's always good to get back out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then out of high school, went to Delaware State. What was like what made you choose Delaware State?
Yeah, so like I said, like my meniscus injury kind of like debunked my whole recruitment process.
Hmm.
My sophomore year, well, going into my junior year, I picked up a lot of interest from mid majors, mostly local, and a lot, a couple, in pretty good conferences, such as like the CAA and stuff like that in the
Yeah.
A10. So I was able to kind of rack up some interest, but like I said, my whole injury kind of messed that all up. So I was I had an offer from Hofstra right before I had got injured,
Hmm.
um, and then I talked to them a little bit throughout my junior year, but with me being out, I didn't really talk to them like that. So
Yeah.
that kind of became less of an option. Uh, and then I ended up having an offer from Hampton my senior year of high school. And then when I went to commit, they actually declined my commitment and told me that they were going into the portal. Delaware State was a team that pursued me kind of early in my senior year. They started talking to me in like December. They were probably the first Division One team that I heard from since getting back on the court.
Yeah.
And then they just maintained on top of me. They didn't offer me until April. Just waiting for some guys to see if some guys were transferring, see if some guys were staying, stuff like that. So, um, but they ended up giving me the scholarship, and it was the only thing that I had other than like going to a JUCO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I ended up, just deciding to go there.
Yeah. I mean, had a good year there too. 15.6 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds a game, and had a season high 31. And you were awarded the Mid Eastern Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year. Was that something you expected going into the season?
Yeah, going into my freshman year, just in total, and like even before I finished high school, one of our things on our kind of like our senior checklist was like we had to write ourselves a note for
Hmm.
ourselves after our freshman year of college, and one of my notes were that I would be rookie of the year of the conference. So it was kind of like something that I had a goal. Uh, it was set, well before I got on campus, and I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to do so. I love that staff over there. Coach Waterman, Coach Dupree, Coach Owens, and Coach Perkins. Those are my guys. I call them to this day, just to chat with them, see how they're doing. They always check up on me, and it was just like kind of like the perfect situation for me. It was something that it definitely wasn't given, but I was, like I
For
said,
sure.
had the greatest opportunity just to go in there and play my game as a young freshman. So I'm really glad about that.
Yeah, it's got to feel good coming out of high school, and um, they give you a chance, and you prove it, and
Yeah,
uh, I mean, did really well for them. Uh oh.
Deep down the left side.
got to get that.
And they can't make the connection going for a big play on first down.
What was the decision like or decision process like entering the transfer portal, and what made you like ultimately choose Charleston?
Yeah, so it was actually a super hard process even entering the portal in the first place, just because Delaware State was my home. I really liked it a
Hmm.
lot. Basketball wise, it was just like me and my coach were, we got along really well.
Yeah.
We were most of the time on the same page, and if we weren't, we would have a conversation about it so that we would get on the same page. And like just the staff, like I said, they were like family to me. From head coach to assistant coach to managers. Like I was close to everybody, make sure everybody was good and all that stuff. So, and they did the same for me. So obviously that's something super important to me. Whether leaving a school, staying at a school, whatever. Just like the
Yeah.
family aspect was a big thing. So it was definitely hard for me to stay, but I felt like as a basketball player, it was the best decision for me just to get to that next level and get to where I want to go. Obviously, past college. So, um, it was ultimately the best decision for me, and the best decision for my family as well. And I ended up choosing Charleston, just like I said, that home feeling that kind of that made me want to come here. My biggest three, my top three were definitely Charleston, UAB, and VCU.
Yeah.
But I didn't even get the opportunity to, not even the opportunity, but I didn't even make it to the UAB visit because I committed here on the spot just because of how much it felt like home. So, it was a pretty easy decision. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. No, the transfer portal definitely. I think it's a good thing that it's became what it is. Uh, 'Cause, I mean, like you said, before your injuries in high school or after your injuries, your recruitment like started slowing down.
Yeah,
So I mean, now after that, I mean, you get a chance to prove yourself again, and then get a chance to move up to the next level. I think that the transfer portal has definitely been good for the sport in that
yeah, for
aspect.
sure, for sure.
I'll let you lock in on this last play before I ask you
Nah,
more questions.
all right, bad.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. On second down, looking again to throw.
Ah,
Oh, come on.
Ball is picked off. Trying to take it back.
no, that's to the casa. Ah,
40, 30, running inside the 20.
on the
And
last
he's
play of the
complete.
drive for the pass.
Touchdown, Knights. A lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score. There is, but it's so awesome when your defense are so
Who would you say you credit your most of your success to throughout your career?
Um, person I would credit most of my success to probably none other than my mom and my dad. Honestly, they spent countless days and nights just you know having to take me here, take me there, stay at a practice, take me to a tournament, whatever it is. They always made sure that I was good and that I was happy, and then I was having fun, playing the game. So,
Yeah,
they are, the superheroes of my success basically, just because without them, um, it wouldn't, nothing would be possible. And it's equal amount of support too, just because my mom wasn't a basketball player, my dad was, so I would always work out with my dad. But my dad works, and my mom, um, she would have to have the responsibility to take me to workouts, to take me to practices. It was a point of time where my mom would have to take me to 2, 3 practices a day, uh, and she never really complained about it. So that's I can never really not be grateful for them too. So
yeah, for sure. I mean that like as athletes, that's parents are always the when we're young can't we don't know any better, so we don't know like
yeah,
anything
exactly.
anybody else going through anything like that. So I mean for them to just I mean do whatever we need for them to do whatever we need them to make sure that we're successful is big for sure.
Facts, facts.
I think it's too many guys being selfish, David. I think it's guys getting out of their gap. Everyone's trying to be a me guy, a hero, get the stat, maybe get the sack, get upfield, but you've got to play team
All right,
defense.
and if you had to choose all time starting five, including yourself, so you got to make a team all time starting five with four players around you. Who are you picking?
Are we talking like NBA guys?
Yeah,
Talking.
any basketball player all
Okay,
time
bet.
ever.
Okay, bet. Yeah. So my one would have to go with myself. Me at the point guard. At the two guard, I'd have to put T Mac at the two.
That's a new one. Hadn't had that one yet.
T-Mac at the 2 for sure. I'm gonna go Paul George at the 3. So I'm at the 1. T-Mac at the 2. Paul George at the 3. LeBron at the 4. And I'm gonna take Wemby at the 5.
That's 3 out of 4 players haven't been named yet. So
Yeah,
LeBron, the only one anybody else has said, but that's a pretty solid lineup.
I like that team right there.
Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I feel like it's hard not to say Wemby.
Yeah,
At
he's
this-
just
at
so
this point.
talented. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just so talented, and he has just has so much upside. Oh my God!
Oh,
He was trying to find his man for 6.
and then Paul George, he's kind of a sleeper too. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of people will probably pick that, but he's
Yeah, Paul George,
really-
that's my
he's
guy,
good.
man.
Yeah,
He's actually the person that kind of got me into basketball. But actually, obviously my dad was the main
Yeah.
reason but he was my first ever favorite player other than LeBron. So
yeah,
that's kind of I'm ride or die Paul George fan.
yeah. I'd be watching his podcast sometimes too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. He has some pretty good podcasts on that channel.
Yeah. Who would you say the toughest player you ever had to guard is?
Let me think. I've had Jersey has a lot of good guards, obviously, with guys like DJ or Dylan Harper, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The toughest guy I ever had to face, I would say Marco Jackson at Kansas, but he was more he was my teammate, so I'm gonna try to find more of an opponent. Christian Bliss, he was a problem to guard. I'm not gonna lie. He's at Virginia now. He was super. He's a bucket. Super smooth. He just
Yeah.
got to his spots, could shoot. He probably was the hard. Not the most athletic guy, but
Yeah.
he'll have you on your heels if you're not really aware. So probably Christian Bliss for sure.
All right, now give me favorite highlight you've ever had of yourself.
My favorite highlight, it might have been getting Dell State to the conference championship. It was like the first time in about 10 years that they actually even made it to the conference championship, and first
Yeah.
time in a couple years that they even won a tournament game.
Trying to force the action.
I don't know how they went to Tavarez straight away. Yes! Andrews trying for a third time. Tavarez, step back tray. Oh boy! Boom! Championship. Delaware State as a 6th seed, trying to make history. 71-58, the Hornets.
And then, just being able to see kind of like the people support us. First game we had a fan bus. Obviously people weren't expecting us to win that game. We were the 6th seed playing against, we played South Carolina State. They were the 3 seed. They had beat us twice already that year, once off a buzzer beater, and then they had a really good, they had a good statement win when we played them at home. So we were definitely the underdogs, and we ended up coming into the second half down by 2. So just coming back and being able to get that tournament win, and then coming back the next day, we played at 8 o'clock. The game didn't really start until even later than that, and then the next day we had to play again at 8 o'clock. So we were we had all the odds against us, and we were able to pull it through and even give Howard a really good run in the championship, even with them, playing really great defense. Obviously they picked me up, face guarding me all 40 minutes. So, but we were just able to kind of string along some good games and play our best basketball at the right time. It was just super fun just to be able to have that experience, and not only that, just be able to do something. do something great for the squad, and I might have just took this back to the crib. So, yeah, that was probably my best highlight so far.
Yeah, playing fun basketball or good basketball is always fun.
Great, yeah.
Like this year, my basketball team. This is my senior year. We had my school hadn't been to state tournament since like 1970 something. Never won a region championship in the school history. So we did that against our crosstown rivals. We beat them 4 times. We beat them twice regular season, once in the conference championship, and then again the region championship. And that was fun. But I mean, we didn't end up winning state. We lost first round, but it was still a cool experience, and it was fun.
For sure.
What would you say, like, go-to pregame music in the locker room, getting locked in? Pregame music.
I don't have a direct, playlist I'll go to. I definitely feel like I'm a type of guy. It's kind of depends on the mood I'm in. Obviously I'm gonna go out there and play as hard as I can. Play my game, but sometimes I'm gonna feel like a little R&B, so I'll go like Brent Faiyaz or Bryson Tiller, or maybe sometimes a Drake. But then I'll feel that hip hop or that rap, and I'll put on G Herbo. I'll put on Skilla Baby. I'm a big Babyface Ray and V's fan, so I put them on. So I'll probably say Babyface Ray is my go-to pregame.
Now that's how I am. I never had like a set playlist or nothing, but man. No, I never had like a set playlist either, but I like JID. I go to him a lot, and J. Cole, that's probably my two.
Yeah, those guys are fire. Yeah, no, I'm definitely if not Babyface Ray or V's, I'll have to say definitely Drake.
Man, I cannot believe I just threw another pick.
What made you start getting into this, bro?
Well, I'm trying to, like, my career path I'm trying to go into is like trying to be like sports announcers and broadcasting and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So I thought this would kind of help me, like, in the long run maybe. It's like talking and stuff like that over.
Yeah, for sure.
Like sports and stuff.
Yeah, no, this is like a great, like, I would have never thought about this, bro. This is like, kudos to you for like, when you hit me up and I'm like, oh snap, like that's a great idea. Like I never really talked to nobody about anything over a game, so I feel like it's like, nobody can deny a video, friendly match. So
yeah, well, I mean, it's honestly like it's kind of hard getting people on here though too. Like I mean, you just kind of gotta. Like I did, like shoot a DM to somebody, and if they respond and want to play, cool. And if not, I mean, I can't hold nothing against them. But
not for sure.
I mean, hopefully grow it pretty big. I mean, but man, I appreciate you hopping on here though, for real.
You already know, bro. Anytime. Appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, good luck to you this year. If you ever want to play again, I mean, hit me up. I'm down.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate you.
See you.
Yes, sir.